And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's James. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. Garoppolo on 1st down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Out of his end zone, Winston. And Brake, the tight end's got it. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. Following the interception, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Follow.
A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down. First down, Winston. And this is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Green, triple C. Watch for the bounce, God.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jordan Willis. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? The number 1 goal is...
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
White. 1, Omaha. 11.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a second down throw for Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Jameis now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, we ready? Blue ready.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he finds Howard complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jameis to throw it. Open man has got it. It's complete. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Jameis again. Drops it to Jones into flat. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They just do get the play off. Now Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, it's Winston. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First down, Winston. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively,
Hey, let's get a conversion.
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Easy. Where's that up?
Off the play fake, Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he coughed it up. And this is going to be 49er football. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. Now it's Wilson. Oh, nice move. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A give to Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter, because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Winston. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. From the red zone now, Winston. And that is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. So out come the Bucs now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. The give is to Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Got three down.
Winston. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP, Malcolm Smith.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Open space inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there.
And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold now out to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. He finds some open field here. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that makes this a 9-point game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 13,
11, 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run once more with McKinnon. And a broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Bryant with a catch right side. A good pickup there at 22.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back now in Tampa. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and the nose of the football. Here again is McKinnon. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's second down. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go.
Let's convert.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play fake. Winston. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Wait.
Jameis now on first down. Flush to his right and avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Malcolm Smith. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's convert. Green, triple C.
They'll go with Jones. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. A first down throw for Winston. Steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Malcolm Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
McKinnon. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And a gain there of 11 yards. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.